Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
But who is he?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
And who is he?
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
And what he do?
And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
I'm back. I'm back in action, Jackson. So here's the deal. When 496 miles, I believe was the total, almost 8,500 miles, we went from Minnesota to Banff to Lake Louise to Fairbanks, Alaska, down to the Kenai Peninsula, Homer, Alaska, and then a whole bunch of things in between. And then we ran into a roadblock. We couldn't get across the Icefield Highway on the way back, so we had to go through Jasper, which was fine because we got to stay in an amazing place in Jasper. We saw elk, we saw one of our comrades fall, two of our comrades fall actually. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. He's doing better. He is in the hospital. He's had several surgeries. The second guy that fell wound up with bumps and bruises, but totaled his bike. So it was just the three of us that rode back. But when I saw that crash, it was a head-on crash. And all I saw was an explosion of plastic. And when you saw that motorcycle at the end of the day, there was nothing left of that front end. Zero. We didn't even know where the forks went. And the front wheel was disintegrated. So lucky to be alive. And a lot of broken bones, but he's going to recover. No brain injury, no spinal injury. And that's because we all were geared up. You know, he had a back armor that had a 4-layer thick of high-dense foam, and that probably saved his life, to be honest with you. Because they have these coats that have little sleeves in it for armor. Anyway, we had that experience, and we could have just ended everything right there, but the three of us decided, well, we got to get home some way, so we better make the most of it. So we stayed in Jasper at the Fairmont. It's very plush, and just took care of us. They were just fantastic. We played a little golf, had a massage, and every once in a while we took a couple days off, you know, but we saw the most amazing scenery. I was gone since the 29th of July to the 25th of August, so almost a whole month. Missed my family, missed everybody, missed the comforts of home, but I wouldn't trade the experience for anything because I was there for my buddy Kirk when he saw his brother fall, and I'm fortunate to have been in that position to help, to make him laugh when, you know, he wanted to cry, and I have another brother. You know, it was an amazing, amazing experience. So the next trip will happen in 2 years when we go from Argentina to Alaska on motorcycles. But until then, guess what we're going to do? We're going to dive right back into it. I just can't tell you all the love and support I had from everybody. Everybody has given us well wishes, and it's really, my heart is just filled with support from every one of you guys. So when we talk about our trip, you know, it's really, words can't really do it justice. I'll have to show you some pictures. Like, you know, as we're going through the Icefield Highway, it like doesn't end, and it's these peaks and these just amazing mountains that are thousands and thousands of feet high. We went by Mount Denali, you know, which is the highest peak in North America. We saw some other peaks that were 18,000 feet. The highlight for me, though, overall, you know, we saw just amazing things. We rode in the rain. We rode through a tunnel that was created in World War II that went right through a mountain over 2 miles, and one way in, one way out. It's a rail tunnel, and we had to ride in between the rails. But the highlight of the trip, even though we saw all this great stuff, the highlight for me was to be there for my buddy Kirk. Was to be one of the team members and to be there for everybody or anybody that needed me. And that to me was the highlight. You know, we became brothers on this trip. And if you get a chance to do something like this, first of all, I don't suggest you do it alone. We met plenty of people who were doing this on their own, and I don't suggest you do it alone. I suggest you do it with a bunch of buddies because it had been on his own, he wouldn't have had the care that he had. Oh, here's the other thing. In Burwash Landing, which is where the accident occurred, all of the first responders that were there, all volunteers, amazing people who just went into action and were there within 5 minutes. It was amazing to watch. And we were in the middle of nowhere. And so it was just amazing to see them. So I want to have my hats off to you guys. Another highlight was the Border Patrol came and you greeted us as we were entering Alaska. And you looked at me and said, "I've been waiting for you." Now that sort of had me concerned, hearing that from a Border Patrol guard, because at one moment I'm thinking, a Border Patrol guard is saying that we're waiting for you, meaning, oh, you're coming into custody. You know, I mean, that's where my head goes because I'm a criminal defense lawyer. But we wanted to take a picture with her, but I guess that's against the rules. So, all in all, I was very apprehensive before I went on this trip. Very apprehensive. Apprehensive about my motorcycle because I had probably 8,000 miles on my bike before I left, and it's a 2015. So on this trip, I put more miles on this trip than I had on it to begin with. And I've been riding for a long time. It's not that. It's just, I didn't want to break down. Didn't want to crash. Unfortunately, somebody did. But would I do it again? Yeah, I would. Absolutely. And it's just truly an amazing, amazing experience. Learned a lot about the people that I went with. My buddy Puce, who's from Switzerland. I learned very much how to make fun of his accent and not offend him and make him laugh. In fact, that's what I do best, is make everybody around me feel comfortable and laugh. That's what I like to do. Tim, who's almost 70 years old, who doesn't look 70, I got him out of his shell and got him to tell me some really inappropriate jokes, which was just hilarious coming from Tim. And then Kirk, in his darkest moments, we smiled, we cried, just there for each other like brothers. And everybody else, just an amazing, amazing experience. So I highly encourage you to explore whatever it is that really trips your trigger, because we only get one chance in this life, and being able to take a bite of that apple and taste the juice is what it's all about. You to pay attention to our channel coming up, because we're going to be back in the saddle, and hold on, because it's going to be something to... Thank you guys for the 1 million. That happened while we were on our trip. Not much I could do during the trip because we had like almost no internet, because the Alcan Highway, I had to carry 2 extra gas cans in case I ran out of gas and there wasn't any along the way. We hit 1 million, and I can't tell you how much I thank every one of you for subscribing. It just is humbling, and I love what we do. I hope that shows. We try to do 2 things. I want to make you smile, and I want you to approach the issues that we tackle with a little bit of intelligence behind you, because I know what I'm talking about, and here to educate and entertain. So we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Bruce Rivers.
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. 23-hour lockdown, please, is that my God?